come back and sit down. I think the package arrived on the Friday the 17th of January of this year, 2003. Also had a letter from Gordon Hanna on Monday the 13th, and so I've been making him some tape. Unfortunately, the photocopy down at the Hub Library now has been changed, and it doesn't take the thick card, so I have to do all the stuff again in thin paper. So you'll probably have to excuse me and accept them like this. You request to have not 5-hour videos because they're too long. Well, as I said, I've tried it with Gordon Hanna's one, and I think he's going to have to make some 4 hours for me and go around to a friend's place and watch them over at a friend's place. Because I did buy you some 3-hour cassettes, but I keep using them to program on the TV, having to keep going down and buying other ones. And I've been down to the Hub now 3 times for Gordon, because I bought 4 hours for him and I've used them up for things on TV. So I finally got round to doing his ones, so that's so he can catch up. You've already got that one, but as you can see with the one with Gordon's, I can't even put the pictures on the front because the photocopying machine, and so you're going to have to accept this like this until I get a proper set run off, and I'll send them out to you, Gordon, and to yourself because I do most of this work during the cool months of the year. As I said, this is we're right in the middle of summer now, and it's pretty hot and humid, and I don't like doing any of that sort of work this time of the year. So I do that from like the 3rd week of May all the way through to the 2nd week of October. I do that sort of work. As you can see, I'm sending to Gordon some samples of, and I'm sending you some as well. Some nickel salts, some chromium, and this one here. This is what we've got onto recently. This is some cerium. You may remember me mentioning that in 1996 we tried lanthanum and had no success. And in 1998 we tried gadolinium and had no success. Of course, lanthanum and gadolinium are 2 of the trendsetters in the what they call the rare earth series, I suppose, the lanthanide series. And the third one, and the third trendsetter, cerium. Well, we've had some success with that. That's the first time we've had some success. So, so now what we're going to go into is we're going to search through all the other rare earths that are found in monazite sand. It seems monazite sand is the connection there. So I've ordered some neodymium with an M, not an N. It's hard to say. I keep calling it neodymium instead of neodymium. And yttrium, and so basically the rest of this year is going to be spent going through all the rare earths and seeing how they, which ones are active. But basically the rare earths that are found in monazite sand, and then be trying to try them in combination with one another, and maybe have a whole group of them. If we find out they all work in it, they produce like a synergistic growth response. Because you get a synergistic growth response from when you use chromium and nickel. So you can use, for example, nickel sulfate for bluey green, or nickel chloride, which is this sort of grassy green. So, anyway, now to answer your videos. Just to say thank you very much for these. Now, some constructive criticism, I suppose. I really like this. I like this cover. I really preferred this cover to this one. But what I did like is I like the fact that the cover on the international version, I like the way it went all the way around. That was good. I like that one. I didn't like the fact that this was bare on the back. But I preferred this cover, this nice cover. As to the writing here, I wonder if a nice lime green or electric blue for FLEISHIMANIA would be better against this brown, because blue is the opposite of brown, and a lime green, a nice lime green, sort of, I don't know if you can see this, nice lime green would stand out better against that background. That's just constructive criticism. And that's yeah, that's what I can say about that one. And what we did like was this wide decode on the back. That was very good. That was very helpful. That was. Okay, and I like the way you put this. You incorporated this into the middle of this. That was very good. But unfortunately now, I suppose, doesn't this make this somewhat redundant? I don't know. I just got the impression that now that you put that into the middle of this, that one's now somewhat redundant. But I still thank you for the copy. Thank you very much for the copy on that. So hopefully you'll become the official photographer for all future conventions. I'm just wondering what happened to the 2001 convention, because you did filming for the 2001, you've done the 2002. What happened to 2001? Is there a video available for 2001? Oh, here's something of this. As in the first, the 2001, the best segments in the 2001, in the 2001, I felt were the bit about the naughty Venus flytraps, in quotes, and the Chiang Li's spiel about Nepenthes. That was what I felt. Those are the two best segments I felt on the 2000 version. On this one, I felt there were four really good segments on there. The first one was the Pinguicula Ramosa through the 4 seasons. That was very good. I thought they were very enthusiastic. The Japanese were as enthusiastic about Pinguicula Ramosa as I am about the Venus flytrap. I thought, I've got to hand it to them. Watching them go through the snow in the winter and hearing the cameraman puffing and panting behind the camera and someone had to climb up the mountain. I thought it was brilliant. That really was good. And also the time-lapse photography they did for Pinguicula Ramosa growing there. I thought that was really good. That was one good segment. Chiang Li's talk on here about the new form of Loei and that new species discovered was interesting, but I didn't think it was quite as good as the nice long lecture he gave in 2000. It was good, but I felt his one in 2000 was a lot better. But it was still very interesting. The Stephen E. Williams segment about Venus flytraps, closing and opening, that was also very interesting. Doug Donosky's one on a new way to grow alderana. Well, of course, it's history now, isn't it? It's recently appeared in the international CPN in Cardiff's Plant Newsletter. But that was very interesting, that was. And I wonder if it can be adapted to other aquatic eutrix and things like that. And also the fourth one was the Andreas Wistuba general 20-minute talk on his visits to all these tapuis. I thought it was a very good roundup of most of the tapuis there. And I like the idea that he's gone to some of those really small little tapuis, little slices of tapuis. I thought that was very interesting. So they were the 4 bits I thought were good. Was the Japanese bit, the Doug Donosky's a bit about Altravander, Stephen E. Williams' segment on the Venus flytrap, and Andreas Wistuba's bit about the tapuis and the new discoveries of helium-4. I thought they were the 4 best bits on the tape. So that's my constructive criticism. Yeah, so I like, as I said, I like the fact that it's a nice wraparound. I do like the paper you've got there. This idea, this looks like tablecloth. It's sort of like got weave, thread and weave pattern. It's quite good. I like that idea. As I said, maybe change this to electric blue or to a nice lime green. And oh, to your matches, hang on. That's your matches here. Very good. I thought this was very good. The only thing I thought was it's the wrong colour for the. You've got this nice sort of orangey or almost orangey gold. Now, my input on this would be a nice lime green this gold would go nice against the lime green. If you got silver, then that would go against a nice turquoise to electric blue. If you had silver on here, so if you had this silver, you may think about what happens if you had like a rhodium pink type metallic look. What colour would you use then? Would you use or purple? Would you use purple or black? If you had like a rose pink metallic look. But I suggest the best one for this would be a nice lime green. See, I don't know if you can, this nice lime green you get of like nickel chloride. It's hard to show you. I think I've got an example somewhere in, I'll show you what I mean. Here we go, here's some of the things I've been keeping for the ideas. You know, you've got things like this. You've got opposites. They go well. Sort of fancy things like this. But what I've got here, specifically talking about your, you know, you've got patterns like this and things like that, and I've got somewhere along here. But this is what I'm talking about. When you've got, you see, this is a sort of yellowy green. Do you understand? I'll see if I can put it in the camera. Do you understand what I mean? You really want something that's a bit greener than that, but I think this is faded over the years. It used to be a nice limey green. It's about 12 years old, this thing. I've been keeping it for 12 years. It's faded. This is what you want. This sort of green here. See this green here? That's what you want, but with this sort of goldy background. But for your matchboxes like that, something like that, we'll go with that nice sort of yellowy. If you got yellowy gold, then your purple, a nice purple would go with a yellowy gold. Or if you got an orangey gold, then your sort of lime green sort of comes out better. This is what I mean about the silver. See, you got blue and silver. What you want is a nice electric blue, but this is just an example. See if I can show you other things. You want a nice sort of blue there, and I don't know if you can see the way the purple the silver goes against the blue there. So that's an idea. What else have I got here? I've got some sort of thing of the world. Oh yes, this is what we're thinking of for Fen. You see, all those years ago, we were thinking you could have something like that for Fen, but show, where are we? Australia there, sort of has that sort of for Fen sort of thing, with these opposite colours. But they're just some of the ideas we've had over the years. So. I just thought that would help you. Anyway, I'll just answer a few more questions. I don't know if you can see this, but here's all my tubers that I put down there. And some of them, I don't know if you can see in here, some of them have started to actually sprout already. And 2 weeks ago they hadn't, and now we're in halfway through February and some of them started sprouting. And they come through the wax, starting to grow. So they can actually come out of the wax. I've got to plant these pretty soon too.